Guys, got some sad news. I kept this as a secret for, I don't know, 5 months. I was hoping of breeding Papa to a female that was going to be in heat in the following months, and I've been keeping in touch with the owner. Got a very nice breeding, and we kept sending documentation about the dog and the health and the pedigree and the background and the KC Kennel Association and everything, the championship line and everything else, the hunting. And finally, the guy calls me and says the dog is ready. He'd been checking on the progesterone levels, and it kept coming up 2, 3, 4, and it hit 5 inch. And he goes, "All right, she's getting up there." So he drives over here from Arizona. He gets here. We bring the dog in the patio. Bring Papa. Papa is all for it. He's very enthused. He's trying to jump her and get behind her, and we try to control the situation, but the female would not let herself be mounted. Would not let it happen. We tried for 2 days. So, and he kept insisting, trying this angle and that angle and flirting and, nibbling the ear. He kissed in the face. He was a flirt. He was all over the place trying to get her to comply, right? Give it up. So we made an appointment with a renowned vet that does artificial insemination, and we had the appointment for today. So we went there today, and they were doing the procedure, and I was there. I was holding him, and the dog, nothing was coming out. Turns out, to make a long story short, is that he has a gland, what is it? The doctor thinks, and this guy's an expert, he thinks that he might have testicular cancer. So he dropped some fluid, but it wasn't semen. There was a lot of white corpuscles, also meaning that there's an infection there. And he asked me, have we done any examination? And said, well, we took the dog to the vet 2 weeks ago. He checked him out, and he recommended to castrate the dog. And I said, well, we're not going to castrate him because we want to breed him. And I said, after the breeding, then, if we have to castrate him, we'll do it. But he didn't mention anything about cancer. So now, the poor guy that came all the way from Arizona, he stayed here for 2 days. I said, look, I'll go half on the examination. It was only $75 a piece. So I'll help you with it, because nothing really happened. Couldn't do the examination, anything. And say, as soon as we go home, I'm gonna get some cash and give you the money. Well, we go outside on the parking lot, and he turns around. He goes, listen, I want to leave right now. I thought he was gonna stay overnight, because we were talking about hunting, backpacking together. He says, I could make a trip out here and go back hunting and stuff. And I said, well, I got some videos from that area that I want you to see when we get home, And he goes, nah, I want to beat the traffic. And he just ran to the hotel and left. So I called him, and I said, listen, I'm on my way from the bank to your hotel. If you're there, wait for me. I want to give you the money. When I got to the hotel, he was gone. So now we call the wife, and we apologize because we didn't know that the dog was was sick. He was shooting blanks basically, and they made the trip and all the arrangements and the hotel and everything. They said we wanna compensate you for your losses, or let's go half it. And they said no, no, that's very gracious. He says no, no, that's not necessary. And I feel bad. And he was saying, at least we know the condition of your dog, because now you know that he's got that issue, and that has to be taken care of. They go, you know what? I wouldn't have made you make the trip. Of course not. If I knew that the dog could have cancer on the balls, how can I, in hoping that it's gonna get pregnant? No, it's nothing there. So now we made an appointment with the doctor for Saturday. He's going to do an examination. This guy's an expert. It's just by looking at him, he says he's got an issue there, but we're going to do an examination to be sure, because when they were pumping him, nothing was coming out. A little bit of liquid came out with a little bit of blood. Very watery blood. And he put it under the microscope, and he said there's no semen. It's just a lot of white corpuscles. He's got an infection. Something's going on in the bladder or something. Not the bladder, I forget the name now. But anyways, couldn't breathe, Papa. And I was telling my wife, if I don't have a puppy, if I can't get a puppy from him, I just don't want another dog. Not really. I mean, this guy, he's gonna try to breed the girl again if he can find another good dog. Because he really liked my dog. He checked out all the paperwork and everything. He's very active. He jumps and everything. He's not an old dog dragging his feet. He runs and everything. And boy, when that female got here, the bitch got here, and he went crazy. And you know how he does it. He wants to get to her, and he was constantly, he never stopped trying, constantly trying this way, that way, and then she would climb on the chair, and didn't want to do nothing with him. And I understand the same thing happened with a previous dog that he tried to breed with in Arizona, and she would not do anything. Didn't want the dog to do nothing to her. So she's never been mounted. He did a AI with that dog, and that's the only way that they can get any puppies. And I asked him, now, are you going to try to do AI with the same dog? He goes, nah. So I don't know what's going on with that dog. Something happened, but he really liked mine. Very good personality, very expressive, good coat, better coat than the girl, than the female. Because my Papa has very smooth, silky hair, very good, like the mother. So anyways, that's the sad news. I was hoping to get a pup from him. So that idea is shot. And even though he's old, I read that even up to 12 years old, they can have pups. And I said, okay, we have a chance. I was keeping my fingers crossed, but I never had any idea that he had anything wrong, because the other vet never said anything. 2 weeks ago, we had an examination done 2 weeks ago. So that vet is gone. He's out. I'm not going to take him to there anymore. And then this vet says that when the dog is past, and I didn't know this, he says when a dog is past 7 years old, I said 7. He goes, before you breed, you have to do a sperm count. And I said, I never heard about that. Never knew that. So, well, live and learn. Let's see what's gonna, So next week, this Saturday, we're gonna do an examination. Possibly the following week, we're gonna do the surgery, because I want to get to that problem before it gets out of hand. It could kill him. And as far as getting another hunting dog, if it wasn't from him, I don't think I want another hunting. I don't want a dog, any more dogs. It hurts too much. It just hurts too much. It's very expensive too. So we're gonna be lonely as hell because the dog is what keeps us together. It's the glue. That love that it's always pouring out of him, and we always taking care of him. And he's like a child. He's our boy. That's what keeps us together. Without him, we're gonna end up fighting, having arguments for little shit. You know how it is. All right, so I was thinking of sitting here and smoking this cigar, but I don't think I am. It's called a Perfecto Garcia, and it's kind of hard. I'm gonna put it back in the humidor. It's got a nice ring there, nice tag, but I never had this one before. Established in 1905. Perfecto Garcia. So yeah, that's it for now. That's all I got to say. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.